Questions 1 through 10 ask you to write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form using the given information. So we need to remember what that is. So slope-intercept form should be y is equal to mx plus b. So what we do is we plug in for the slope of m and b the y-intercept. So on number 1, we first have to rearrange it to put it into that order. So let's move the 3y over because y needs to be on the left-hand side of my equal sign. So we're going to add 3y to both sides. And 3y and 4x are not like terms, so we cannot add them together. So we're just going to say 3y plus 4x is equal to 9. All right, now let's get the x term moved over to its right side. So we're going to subtract 4x to both sides. And 9 and 4x are not like terms, so therefore we cannot math them. So our 4x's go away, leaving us with 3y is equal to negative 4x plus 9. And I still don't have this in y-intercept form because my y has that 3. So what I'm going to do is divide everything by 3. So that goes away, leaving us with y is equal to, and negative 4/3 is our slope, negative 4/3 x, and 9 divided by 3 gives us 3. Number 2 is another one where we would need to rearrange it in order to put it into y equals mx plus b. So we don't need this x term on the left-hand side, so let's subtract it over. All right, so it goes away over there, and on the left-hand side, we're left with negative 4y is equal to, and we cannot subtract negative 2 and 8 because they are not like terms. So let's just say negative 2x minus 8, and in order to get y by itself, we're going to have to divide everything by negative 4. So those cancel, leaving me with y is equal to, so notice I have a negative 2 divided by a negative 4, and I know that 2 negatives turn into a positive, so that's why my slope will be positive, and 2 over 4 can reduce to 1/2. So I have a positive 1/2 as my slope. And negative 8 divided by a negative 4 turns into a positive 2. This one's easy peasy because it gives us an m, or a slope, and it gives us the b, or the y-intercept. So all we need to do is plug it in to those two places into my equation. So if I'm doing y equals m, it told me right here that m is 7, so we're going to replace m with 7. X, and it told me that my y-intercept was negative 9. So y is equal to 7x minus 9. All right, number 4 gives us the slope, remember, which is also m, and it gives us the y-intercept, which is also b. So let's plug those two terms in. So it gives me with y is equal to negative 3/4 x minus 5. All right, so number 5 gives us a point of 5, negative 2. So I have an x, and I have a y, and I have an m. So I'm going to plug all those three things into the equation and solve for what I don't have, which is going to be the y-intercept, or b. So I have my y is first, and my y is negative 2. So negative 2 is equal to m, which is given, which is 3, times x right here, which is 5, plus b, because that's what I'm solving for. I don't know my b. So we're just going to math this out. And we're going to subtract 15 over here. That turns into negative 17 is equal to b. So now we have our b, and we have our slope, so we can just plug into our y-intercept equation. So y is equal to 3x minus 17 would be your solution for that one. All right, this one we're given an x, a y, and an m. So let's plug into our formula. So I'm going to plug in for the y first. So -4 is equal to my slope of 3 over 4 times x of -2 plus b. All right, so now we're going to math this and do 3/4 times -2, which is a -1.5. I'm just going to rewrite the problem. And now I'm going to move that -1.5 over by adding it to both sides. So that turns into -2.5. And that went away. So I have a b of -2.5, and I have a slope of 3/4, so we can go ahead and plug those into our equation for our solution. So y is equal to my slope of 3/4, x minus 2.5 is our y-intercept.